headquarters of our company is called Ergon Development, which in Greek means project. My father founded this company in 1962. So it actually is the company that defined the Greek real estate the way we know now. We were creating new communities by buying huge pieces of land. We're cutting it and bringing infrastructure like water and electricity and making roads and squares and then selling just plots. We were not building at that time because we are talking about the beginning of 1960s, and Greek people didn't have that reality in order to go to a developer and actually purchase a property. So we are one of the reasons, and maybe the most important one, as to why the Greeks in today's tough reality as far as housing is concerned all over Europe, we have the highest home ownership rate than any other country in Europe, and the reason was because we gave the opportunity to the people to sell them plots and not just properties that were easy to sell. And that ability, when we're selling the plot, gave them the opportunity afterwards to give their plots to construction companies and receive apartments in return, which was a practice that I have to tell you, in the 1960s and the 1970s was very highly criticized. But now they all understand the value of it. And I would like to say that, that my father was a pioneer in that kind of thinking, and the ability of the poor people at that time, which didn't have the ability to go and directly purchase a property, by giving them plots, give them land, give them the power to still have not even one property in a building, but maybe 2 or 3. I took the leadership and made it 2013 as V squared in order to honor his legacy and as a tribute, because his name was also Vaggelis like mine. So V multiplied by V makes a V2, and that is the reason the company is called V2 Development. I would like to this company to go and just exploit its full potential, because anything less than that, it's a shame. It's a shame for the individuals that they are within this company, and of course for me as being the head of the company and for the company itself. At the end of 2008, we started seeing the first signs of the crisis in Greece, which were of a tremendous degree, and that's why we had to search and find alternatives into getting clients, since the Greek market was becoming unstabilized. And that was one of the reasons that in 2013, which is on May of 2013, we started the permanent residency program, which is also known as Golden Visa program in Greece, which is right now it's the most popular program in the world. We make offices first in China, and right now we have 3 offices in China, dividing the country on 3 pieces: northern, central, and southern China. Our office in northern China is in Beijing, in central China in Shanghai, and in southern China in Shenzhen. So with this way we're able to cover, as it is possible to cover a country like China, with our salespersons there, and able to support, not of course to promote directly by no means, but support our collaborators, our partners, in order to get the right information and the right support that they need in order to promote the Greek investors' permanent residency program. After China, we're very interested about the Southeast market in general, and in particular the market of Vietnam, which we having a strong presence there in Ho Chi Minh City. And apart from the Southeast Asia and all the various countries there, including Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, we have a very strong partnership and exclusive cooperation actually with a company that it gives us access to all the Southeast Asia market, including Philippines. On our own then, we're having also presence in the market of South America, and in particular in Brazil, which we are in the progress of making our first office there, and then see and check the potential of South America, which we have to say we were a bit reluctant at the beginning, since in South America, Spanish and a bit Spanish and Portuguese, so it's logical for people to have a preference for the Spanish and Portuguese immigration programs. But I think we think for the people that since there is a big gap on the budget, it's 500,000 for Portugal and Spain, while for Greece it's 250. We think there is a market there, and we are ready to exploit it. So far, the international clientele is around 90 to 95% of our portfolio. Therefore, the properties between 250,000 to 350,000 are the properties that we actually looking, and all our projects that we developing are having this as a criteria. The average price of the property from the foreigners buying in Greece, it's 330,000 euros. So I would say that properties between 250k to 350k is the properties that we are mostly looking to develop today. We are focusing on residential properties, not on commercial ones. We think that in residential properties, as Greece being a vacation destination, that it can be appealing not only to Greeks, of course, because the demographic issue that we are facing in our population, the Greek population becoming older, that gives us one of the reasons that we've become so extrovert on our approach. But since Greece is a vacation destination, and I think that residential properties will definitely have more value than the commercial ones. So we're doing 100% residential right now. Right now, since we have the VAT, which is a big issue for the Greek real estate reality, I have to say that for the people who do not know, from the first, the building permits that have been obtained of the 1st of January in 2006 and onwards, there is a 24% VAT right now. So this is very negative factor regarding the people, the potential investors, because they don't have the ability like the Greek citizens to claim this VAT back in case it's their first property. For the Greek citizens, they have the ability to claim this VAT back. Unfortunately, for the international investors, this chance is not available. So actually what we're doing right now is that we are taking old buildings which either they've been on bricks kind of situation, or they've been old enough that need to do complete renovation. I mean, we stripped everything out, we just leave the concrete the same, and we put all the modern ways into developing a property. And with this way, since the building permit of that building was obtained before the 1st of January of 2006, we are able to give to our clients affordable developments without VAT. The Greek investment program and the permanent residency, which definitely has played the huge part, the biggest part of the recovery of the Greek real estate market. We're talking about an increase of around 100% compared to 2017. So it is extremely important, the program and the impacts that it has into the Greek real estate. And the way we projected for the future, I would say comparing the programs of countries of the one to another, that Greece is by far the most advantageous one, and it relates not only to the price, which is 250, while for Cyprus is 300, Portugal and Spain is 500. It's not only for the price, which is lower than anything else, but since the crisis hit Greece, we are talking about the Greek economic crisis. We're talking about the biggest economic transformation of a country belonging in the Western Hemisphere. This is the situation that we experienced from 2008 until 2015. So I think that drove the prices of the properties in a very low prices, and that gives the opportunity into having a huge yield on the potential investments. Making an investment right now in Greece, it's a perfect timing into having the highest yield than any other country in Europe. Buying a property in Greece is not so easy like it is in some other countries in Europe. It can be a little more challenging, but because exactly you have to deal with 90% of the properties belonging to owners. But definitely purchasing a property from a development company gives a stability and may have a much more safer, let's say, and easier choice than looking to buy a property from any individual owner. The real estate market lost 27% of its value since 2008 until July of 2015. In July of 2015, as you know, we're having the final agreement with the European Union regarding the Greek debt. And then since the economy is like a circle, that was 6 o'clock point of July 2015. And since then, we are seeing a steady increase, which I would say is between 5 and 6% until today. After 3 years that's been passed, that's the increase that we were seeing until recently. For the last 6 months and for the next 3 to 4 years, I expect this to cover all what we lost since the end of 2008, which I would say is probably around 18 to 20%. So I expect a huge increase on the Greek real estate over the next period. And I will say it specifically regarding the southeast suburbs of Athens, meaning from Paleo Falero to Alimos, Elliniko, Glyfada, Voulavoulia, Armeni, exactly because of the biggest real estate project in Europe. So I'm sure you know about the development of Elliniko, which is a total investment of 8 billion euros and will definitely increase the prices in the southeast suburbs of Athens to a very significant degree. So the only thing that has to do is my advice, the same thing that I'm advising my clients, is you have to sell at 12 o'clock and you need to buy at 6. That's the secret about real estate and business in general. And if you're having a certain kind of ability to be able to understand when this is happening and when it's the 12 o'clock, to identify the right timing, that's then, that's all the game is. We have the thirst for new investments. All this money that are coming in from investors that are purchasing properties in Greece are money that we are much needed and aware in the Greek economy, which it has shown clear signs of recovery, especially over the last year. And as all recovery signs, it starts always in the most high-profile areas, I would say. So we are in Glyfada here, and I would definitely seeing these differences on the huge rate that recovery is coming here. Of course, until it goes to areas downtown or in other areas in Athens, which is not so highly profile like the southeast suburbs of Athens. It will take some time, probably around 1.5 to 2 years. But definitely the recovery is a fact, and this is something that we are witnessing daily. When I came back in Greece and I got involved again into what we call it real estate. We call it real because it's real, because we're doing actual difference, because we give to the people homes, because we give to the people a better future, okay? Instead of selling, bonds or multitasking and multi-way of creating financial products, and what was actually I was doing in Lehman Brothers, okay? That's where I think that the real estate sector is, the purity. It represents the purity of the economy into moving forward.